Whoa, we are back here after week 4 is done, and it is in fact done forever. Until next year. Enough chit-chat, let's get into the games. This game was certainly a Giants-Cowboys game. A actually rather more competitive Giants-Cowboys game, where the Giants legit almost won by kicking field goals the entire game. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but the Cowboys stopped the run very well. However, the Giants still managed to get up the field with ease every single drive. So I don't know if that makes it worse or better that they stopped the run, considering their defense was still letting up a lot of yards. The Giants managed to pull it a win because they are a better team and Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. But Malik Neighbors showed up big, CeeDee Lamb showed up big, but Cowboys didn't leave this game without a few casualties. Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence are going to miss a few weeks due to injury. That is your two best front 7 players out for a few weeks. The next 3 games they have are pretty tough, so that's not good. MetLife turf is ruthless, and it takes no prisoners. Baker is still on, despite their offensive line being not very good. Baker is still slinging it and has done very well against pressure. The offense of the Eagles did not do well. I thought they would actually do some good, but the run game with Barkley wasn't really working. He got a few good runs, but they couldn't really do much after that. Eagles offense and defense both struggled mightily against the Buccaneers, which is not a good sign. Eagles got some more injuries, but yeah, it ain't looking too good. Baker and the boys are rolling on. I'm very sick. I apologize in advance. Well, the Saints have officially come back down to earth after their first 2 weeks of the NFL season. They looked great, but now they are coming back down to earth and losing to games like the Eagles and the Falcons. And Falcons defense is still pretty darn good. Can't deny that. Although Kirk Cousins and the offense are struggling again. They're not really getting into a flow. They kind of tempt you with some plays, but then just not do very much after that. What I'm trying to say is, the Falcons need some work, and the Saints, all they really did was kick the shit out of the Carolina Panthers and the Cowboys, and then just dipped. But I'll say one thing to finish us off. Younghoe Koo is the man. Okay, so this game is just annoying as hell. Trevor Lawrence actually played a pretty darn good game. The Jags, overall, their whole team, defensively, offensively, played pretty good. But they had one thing wrong with them. Their coach is a fool. He is a fool. Before I get on that, I want to say C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins are one of the best connections in the NFL and are insanely lethal. But I want to say this. Texans did great in offense and defense too. Doug Peterson. Why the hell are you throwing 3rd and goal at the 1 and doing Trevor Lawrence lining up in a shotgun for a run up the middle? What are you doing? And then you get the ball back with 3 minutes left and you do 2 throws? If you just wasted time, the Texans would not have time for a touchdown. The game would be a tie game going into overtime. Who knows? Such a terrible call. You're an experienced coach. What the hell are you doing, man? Fire this man. The Vikings and Packers. Well, I guess the Vikings are just the greatest team of all time. Well, what's to say? They have not fallen off a cliff yet. I thought this would be the game. They are 4-0. They have dominated every opponent. Maybe not the Packers. They've done a little hiccups, but they were dominating the Packers majority of this game. I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to think of this team. Sam Darnold has 11 touchdown passes in 4 games. He's nearly averaging 3 a game. He's got to be an MVP frontrunner right now. And I know for a dang fact he's going to come back down to earth any week now. I know it's going to happen. And the Packers, maybe you should have let Love sit another week. It wouldn't hurt. If they were going to lose with Love, they were going to lose with Malik Willis, so maybe just probably should have sat him this week. He didn't look terrible, but he clearly didn't look 100%, and the Packers were not the team to win today and got smacked around by the Vikings and their great team. It's kind of how I expected this game to go, but not the way it actually did, if that makes any sense. AR-15 is out, and then he got put back in the game, and then he got hurt again, literally right after. Shane Steichen, what are you doing? Then Joe Flacco got to go in, and he was slinging that damn ball, and he got the job done today for the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers' defense struggled, and if their defense struggles, this is what's going to happen right here. They're going to lose this game. Although Justin Fields, I thought, played pretty well, and actually almost got them back in the game, but there's only so much you can do when your run game isn't working, and your only good target is George Pickens. And Pat Freiermuth, he's alright, too. But overall, the Colts are back to being 500 after starting off 0-2, looking pretty good. Those damn kickers, man. I'm telling you, those damn kickers. You miss one field goal and the game goes down the drain. Oh, man. The Bears actually beat the Rams. I know their team's a lot better because they have a lot of injuries on the Rams, but I still would trust McVay over Eberflus. But still, I don't think this is on Eberflus. I think this is just the pure talent of the Bears because they still got a talented team. Caleb Williams probably played his best game of the year. I know his stats weren't outrageous, but he only had 16 completions, a touchdown pass, and 150 yards passing. So you got to take what you get. The Bears offense actually did stuff, and their run game actually worked for the first time ever. DeAndre Swift actually did some things. But good for you guys. The Rams are still banged up a lot. They probably should have won this game. If a field goal was not missed, this could be a completely different game. If they just scored touchdowns, not field goals, off of questionable play calling, this game could be very different, but it is what it is. We got to move on. Next game, Bengals, Panthers. let's just be honest here, everybody. The Panthers were not going to be 2-2. As funny as it would be, the Bengals be 0-4 and then Panthers 2-2, it was not going to happen. Andy Dalton, though, still played pretty solid and got the ball out. Chuba Hubbard playing pretty good. And Deontay Johnson and Xavier Leggett actually got some targets, which is good because those are the guys they need to pass to. Now, the Bengals, they won, but their defense is still fucking shit. But you know what? When you got Zach Moss, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Andre Yoshifas, and Jamar Chase on your team, it doesn't really matter how bad your defense is, unless you're facing Washington, and then it does matter. But that's a different story for a different day. Jets Broncos. This game, oh my god, this game will go down as the game of the week. Bar down goofiness. Bo Nix, my man, had -9 passing yards. 3 receivers with negative yardage in the first half, and they still won this game. Oh my goodness. The Jets got down to the 1 and couldn't get a touchdown. Come on. What are you, the Jaguars? Come on. Aaron Rodgers still had a few iffy throws. I thought he played overall solid, but there was a rainstorm. Broncos had the ball with like 3 minutes left. They go down the field, miss a field goal, and the Jets go down the field and miss a field goal, and it's over, and it was just a big clusterfuck of dog shit. It was so awesome to watch, and I loved this game very much. Well, I think it's fair to say that it might be Washington's year. Jaden Daniels in this offense has been terrific, and they're winning games. Their only loss against the Buccaneers, and they are 3-1, leading the NFC. It's only a quarter through the season, but this is mad impressive. It would be freaking hilarious if Washington won this division this year. It'd be so funny, and I really hope that happens. Also, the Cardinals struggled a lot. They scored the very first touchdown of the game, and then after that, they just did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what to say about the Cardinals. It was their defensive issues, but now their offense is struggling, so... ¿Cómo estás? See? Deshaun Watson still sucks at football. The Browns lost in a close game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Even though Max Crosby was not playing, the defense still held pretty strong. The defense did have a few cracks in it, but overall, they still played pretty darn good. The Browns overall have looked way worse. Their offensive line is terrible. They cannot block for shit. And the Raiders' offense actually looked decent. They didn't need Devontae Adams because Jacoby Myers and Zamir White were enough, apparently. But yeah, Deshaun Watson took a lot of hits because his O-line sucked.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I mean, what did you expect? It was the Niners and Patriots. Exactly what we thought they were going to be. Doesn't matter how many injuries the Niners have, they're still a great team, and they're going to beat the crap out of these shitty teams like the Patriots. Now, I feel bad for Jacoby Brissett because they're sacrificing him to the football gods to make sure Drake May is safe. You are doing God's work, Jacoby. I wish you the best. A classic Chiefs-Chargers game where the Chargers start off hot and then quickly simmer down to a cold soup. Chiefs take over the game and win. It's like every Chiefs-Chargers game ever. Some stupid plays, Justin Herbert and the offense stalling, Mahomes getting the touchdown to go ahead win. You know, it is what it is. They got Kelsey more involved because he's just amazing against the Chargers. Travis Kelsey, 80 years old, could still pop off against the Chargers because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, man. He's always going to pop off against this goddamn team. Now, Patrick Mahomes did a deadly hit on his receiver, Rashee Rice, unintentionally injuring him. Now, I don't want to sound mean or ruthless, but Rashee Rice shouldn't even be technically playing in this game if he should have got suspended. I'm just saying, not to be mean, but he should have been playing, so yeah. Let's move on now.
That's the good stuff.
The Ravens finally for the millions and millions got a convincing win this year. Hail to King Henry. My goodness, his last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. Now, the Ravens defense shut down the Bills offense pretty handily. And I don't know if this is more to say about the Ravens defense or the Bills offense, because once they shut down the run game of the Bills, their offense is very, very limited. And that could be a issue going on in the season. The issue with the Bills also is that their D-line is small. It's very, very small. Derrick Henry, when he's up against these guys, it's the same thing with Dallas. Dallas's D-line is small. Bills D-line is small. When you have a running back who's bigger and faster than your defensive ends, it's going to be a long day, and the Ravens sure showed them a long day. Thank you to the Ravens. 2-2. Doesn't feel like we're 2-2, but still 2-2. Dolphins fans, come here. Come here. Nice and close. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. You guys are suffering right now. You just lost to Mason Rudolph and Will Levis on Monday Night Football. Things will get better one day, one at a time. I thought Tyler Huntley would do some service, but it didn't. I'm truly sorry. Stay strong. That's the lines I remember from last year, baby. Run game clicking, Jared Goff accurate, and the defense letting up points. The Seahawks played a good game, but the Lions were simply the better team, and the Hawks couldn't keep up. Now, the Hawks defense is a little worrying, but from having Mike Macdonald in Baltimore, don't stress. He did the same thing in his first year as a defensive coordinator. Just a few hiccups, and he'll get back on track. No worries, Seahawks fans. He'll be fine. And the Lions, their groove is looking pretty good, and if they can keep this up, they'll be another top contender in the NFC, and possibly representing the NFC in the Super Bowl, but I'm getting ahead of myself, because we are only in Week 4. But that is it for Week 4 of football, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games. Were they fun? Were they terrible? Were they good for you? Were they bad for me? I don't know. You gotta watch the games for yourself to decide that. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
On 3rd and 10. Picked up enough to give him time to find George Kittle. A touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle just wanted it more.